Your fan weather forecast brought to you by Habish, and Rotier. Partly cloudy today with a high of 36 degrees. It's currently 23 degrees here in Milwaukee.
Eternal optimist. So please, God, don't God that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, great. We're going to go along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here about to blow.
That was an absolute display.
The Badgers with a bunch of bullseyes. Season high 17 made threes. Get a win.
Happy March. Let's just play this like for 3-4 days straight.
Sounds amazing.
When does it click in for you, Josh? Is now the time?
Now's the time.
Of March?
This is it. It's March.
It helps when our teams win over the weekend, and we actually have something to look forward to from a March perspective. It's a little, not so much this year in Wisconsin. We got one, hopefully.
Well, we got one. We know we got one.
We got one, right? Like there's
no way.
Is there anything they can do to screw this up?
Not that badly. No.
Okay. Feel like that win against Washington, audio courtesy of FS1, that was weirdly important. It shouldn't have been, but it was.
I mean, it was a reminder. It was a reminder. Hey, the Badgers can be here.
Less than 2 weeks away from Selection Sunday, the Badgers over Washington in a big way. We'll cover that later. What's up, Wisconsin? Happy Monday. Am I lost? I'm lost. I don't do Mondays, I thought.
No, you're in. You're back. No more Tommy on Mondays.
I haven't done a Monday since before the Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
I know. That's crazy is right. I had good reasons. Some rest, some doctors, some other commitments. But here, nonetheless, excited to be here. Excited to have you inside Wisconsin Sports. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. I think I'm getting that chest cold that everybody's got going around.
Oh, boy. Not good time. Not good timing for that.
Terrible timing, actually. Real bad. Just trying to vitamin C my way through it. We're going to get there. We got it. Hey, real quick. I was only for 30 seconds here, real quick. Major loss in the radio community here in Northeast Wisconsin over the weekend. So I just want to mention this and then move on with the rest of the show. All of our best to WAPL, our radio family at WAPL, 105.7 FM. They had, Josh, a forever morning show called Rick and Len. And over the weekend, Rick passed away.
Oh, man.
I believe he was 68 years old. He had battled some health issues for some time and just couldn't overcome this last one. And so the radio community, it got brought up on another radio station here in the building this morning. I don't know what they're doing to honor Rick, but it's not going to be enough. It will never be enough. I know that from my childhood, I grew up listening to radio stations in Milwaukee and in Madison, and those were the people that helped me create the passion for the business that I have. And I'm sure, Josh, that you have similar stories.
Absolutely.
And some of them are in your building down there in Milwaukee, where there are phenomenal radio stations. And this radio world is a very small family, and yet a very large one. And it's because of all the listeners. So whether you're listening here or you listen to a station in Milwaukee that you love and can't live without, we just want you to know we're grateful. And that's a big loss for this community. So I just wanted to make sure to get that out of the way right away, because that is massively important.
Absolutely,
right,
man.
Let's play catch up from the weekend.
Packers.
Prototypical Friday afternoon news dump by the Pack. Appreciate that. Cam Acord, the new special teams coordinator. 3:30 on Friday afternoon, right? What do you know? What don't you know, Josh? And I don't know.
I know that I feel bad for him. I know
Why?
that I feel bad because he's the sacrificial lamb. There's no way that the problem was just the special teams coordinator or that Sam Acord is the answer to all of the Packers special teams problems. If anyone is expecting this guy to be the one that solves the special teams problem in Green Bay, you are going to be sorely disappointed. So congratulations on the promotion and being here now, but best of luck. The room is a mess. You got
pressure.
some cleaning to do.
Looks like he knows what he's doing with a punt team, so that's good. Hopefully we can go from good to great, even though I think we're pretty close to great there already with Whelan.
Yeah, right.
He does have a connection to Southern Miss. I saw that from over the weekend, and weirdly got excited about that. The only other Southern Miss connection that stands out to all of us as Packers fans is Brett Favre, and that went pretty well.
That's definitely true. Was a fan of that.
If he was going to concentrate, Josh, on one thing with special teams, and this is the hard part, right? Because I don't know that you and I can even choose what specifically to tackle, no pun intended. What was the glaring issue on special teams other than it just felt like a leadership change needed to be made?
I mean, I guess you would go on just like the kickoff team, like the returns, the personnel on the field during those plays. But there was so much more than that. Like you pointed out, it was, yeah, I understand McManus was the one that missed the kicks and everyone went, well, how was that Bisatri's fault? But also, if McManus wasn't healthy, why were we putting him back in? Whose decision was that? True. That was a coaching decision. So those are the type of things.
Talk to kickers.
That's right. He didn't talk to kickers, so he's
Rich
not
does,
taking the blame for it. Who knows?
It'll be
interesting. A lot of work.
There was one note, though, that Goody said from the combine that nobody else was looking for this position. So optimistically, we got to take our time and interview those that we thought were going to be the right fit. Does it feel like we got the best available? Probably. He's 39. There's not a lot of history with Cam Acord and what he's doing from a special team standpoint, but he's here.
Yeah, but we only didn't have to battle anyone else for a guy because everyone else had already picked their guy.
I know. That's what optimism looks like. Sometimes you ignore the realistic part of life. Okay. Stick with me.
Hey, what about a reunion at running back? Did you see that news?
Aaron Jones is likely going to get cut from the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know why we would do that. If we can get him for a steal, that's certainly not worth spending a bunch of money on. That's why they got rid of him in the first place. They signed Josh Jacobs to the exact same contract that Aaron Jones once had. And Jacobs is here through the 2027 season. It was a 4-year deal starting in 2024. Money-wise, easy to make a lot, Josh Jacobs is. $14.5 million in 26, just over 16.5 in 2027. Emmanuel Wilson is a restricted free agent, so who knows where he's going to land. And we understand Marshawn Lloyd's injuries are what they are, but he's still signed, and if he's healthy, we've seen him perform. So do we need Aaron Jones, or is it one of those things where we would take him back to have a 1-2 punch, which just for a hot second we thought we had?
Right.
We thought we
were going to have that anyway. I think just from a locker room perspective, we talked a lot last year about the leadership in the locker room, and it seemed like the team was kind of disconnected from the coaching, and we were relying pretty heavily on Micah Parsons and what he was saying as being that voice. That's what Aaron Jones was when he was here. And I kind of wonder, like, the same way that we approach things in baseball of, well, yeah, but, like, think about when the Brewers signed Gary Sanchez, how many people came out and said, yeah, but having that veteran leadership in the clubhouse is going to be a big deal for these young guys. I wonder, too, if that same thing could apply. Obviously, the Packers aren't going to pay him a crap ton of money. It would definitely be a reunion strictly based on, Aaron Jones loving his time in Green Bay and the Packers looking at it from that perspective. He is not the replacement for Josh Jacobs or even getting, carries from Josh Jacobs. Jacobs has still got to be number one. But from a veteran leadership standpoint, might not be the worst idea.
You think there's bad blood?
That's a good question. If there is, it's from Jones' side, and it would be understandable
Yeah.
But I don't think it's something to where the Packers are mad with, the fact that he went to the Vikings or anything else.
I don't think it's the Packers at all.
Right.
I think it would absolutely be Aaron Jones' side, but I don't think it's Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I think that he was upset at the time. I think that he was upset that the Packers didn't choose to keep him in that role at the time. But, perspectives change. Things change as your life goes along. So I would be surprised if Aaron Jones was still holding that grudge. I don't think it's going to happen because I think there's still a team out there that is desperate enough for someone at running back that they'll pay him more than the Packers would to, even if it's split time, do something to where Aaron Jones sees a third uniform in his career.
He has also, though, struggled to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that we battled here in Green Bay, which is probably why and played into him not being a Packer anymore. So is it worth whatever the risk is for whatever dollar amount? Can he play special teams?
Good question. Good question.
Brewers, on to the Brewers.
Brewers.
Mixed from the weekend, 1-2 over the weekend in spring training, but some significant highlight moments, including an absolute laser off the bat of Andrew Fisher.
Oh, this is a shot to deep right by Fisher. That's gone. Whoa. First round pick from a year ago out of Tennessee, and Fisher exits stage right.
They did a lot of that in college. Oh, what a blast.
Andrew Fisher with the home run, audio courtesy of Brewers.tv. Josh, do you know your channel yet?
I sure don't. I've no idea. Did it come out?
That's mine. I'm a streamer, so I'm not sure.
I didn't see any news. Still waiting.
Okay. Curious.
Mm-hmm.
Luis Rengifo hit a solo home run as a Brewer, his first, and drove in 2 in the game on Friday. Joey Ortiz once again went 3 for 3, scored twice, swiped a bag.
Mm-hmm.
All he needed was a beard.
No, I am not. I am not back on the Joey Ortiz train yet.
Are you off of the Joey Ortiz train?
I am cautiously waiting for the bag of prospects to be called in his place.
Interesting. Just because of the bat?
Yeah. Yes.
What if he finds his bat?
Then he's back. Then I'm right back on. But that's a huge part of his game and a part that the Brewers need. We have discovered that this Brewers team cannot have that big of a weakness in the lineup when you play a game of not worrying about power and just getting guys on base. Doesn't matter if you're getting guys on base and then Joey Ortiz is striking out or hitting into a double play.
True. Did you also see a debut of a whole bunch of pitchers? Brandon Sproat made his debut for the Brewers. Chad Patrick made his first Cactus League start. Trevor McGill showed up and is throwing absolute heat. 97 and 98 over the weekend. Jared Koenig pitched not so great from those guys on Saturday. The Brewers had 17 hits in the game on Saturday and still lost 9-7 to the Reds.
It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't
Brewers
matter.
Thing ever. No, it doesn't matter.
Back to saying it doesn't. Spring training doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Joey Ortiz went 3 for 3. That's amazing.
Yeah, let's
the
go.
Rest? Nah, doesn't matter.
Nah, spring training doesn't matter.
Woo. Badgers. Okay, they needed that win against Washington. That was a big deal. Badgers 90, Washington 73, and Braden Carrington went absolutely nuclear. Here are the last 3 3-pointers he had in the game, all within like a minute and a half span.
Carrington. Oh, yeah! Wow. Matches a career high in threes made with 7 on a career afternoon with 26 points. Heat check. Oh, he's on fire!
This is fun.
Woo! Career high 8 made threes for Braden Carrington, who is unconscious. Carrington can't miss.
Oh my goodness.
9 made threes.
Carrington losing his mind out here.
32 points, 9 threes, a career high afternoon for Braden Carrington. Seattle known for its rain, and Carrington made it rain.
Set a Badger record, 9 threes in the game, 17 threes overall for Bucky, 17 of 38. And after that, by the way, Josh, I'm not sure if you saw, but Carrington actually got a look at a 10th.
Yeah.
And it was just off the back iron. And you're like, dude, did somebody take him out?
I mean,
get him out of there.
No. It was his night. Listen, that's exactly what we all thought. We all thought, yeah, Braden Carrington, he's going to be the guy. That's why it was so big that he proved that, though, right? Is that it's not just the Boyd and Blackwell show. That when it gets to March Madness time, and even starting here now in the Big Ten tournament, when the Big Ten tournament starts, any guy can help this team as long as someone's on fire for this Badgers team. Rather, they can be dangerous in the tournament.
He was. Nick Boyd still had 22. Jonathan Blackwell, I believe, had 7. Imagine if all 3 of those guys get going. That certainly seems to open up the paint for the Badgers, which would be great to have a mix down low and out. The Big Ten is a little bit of a hot mess. The Badgers are in 6th, tied with Purdue at 12-6 in the league anyway. Michigan's still on top at 17-1. The seeding and all of those things are starting to eke out as we are less than 2 weeks away from Selection Sunday. The Badgers have 2 more in the regular season. Wednesday at home, Senior Day, against Maryland, who is 4-something in the Big Ten, by the way. So let's just all pause for a moment and look at that game and go, no.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
Purdue got beat by Ohio State over the weekend.
True.
Which tells you Ohio State's a little bit better than some people thought they were, which makes us look a little bit better losing to them like we did. But then we go to Purdue, and hopefully we can do to Purdue what they did to Purdue.
Right. Keep knocking Purdue down. Would like that.
Knocked down, but up again, Bucks.
Oh, God.
Bucks.
What was that? Dude, a 27-0 run in yesterday's game. And how many points in the fourth quarter? 8?
Okay.
Are you effing kidding me?
So, okay. You remember when I said the Bucks can't decide if they're going to tank or not, and I'm worried what's going to happen is they're going to end up getting the worst of all outcomes to where they are not in like the top 3 teams for a lottery pick, but also don't do jack squat in the playoffs. And now people were like, no, the tank's over. The tank is over. Like, this team is back. They won 8 of 10. They're the best team in the NBA. Let's go. And then they completely get obliterated by the Knicks. And then they go to Chicago after Giannis and Thanasis at Elimination Chamber, by the way, if you didn't see that, to then end up completely laying an egg against Chicago. And I'm going, who is definitely tanking, by the way. The Bulls are like the tankiest of tanks right now. And yet the Bucks just throw one away. And I'm like, this is my nightmare. This is what's going to happen. You didn't pick a lane. Now you're going to be stuck in the middle. You're not going to it's not going to be great on either side.
Bad news about this. They're not doing it on purpose.
Well,
Those
right.
2 games, that's not a tank. That is just a turd.
Correct. So if you know that you're laying turds, maybe tank.
Or you're all of a sudden the best team in basketball and you won 8 out of the last 10.
No.
Like, this is why we can't have nice things. And what are we doing with Giannis? Is he still out with, like,
Yep.
Are they? No. So can he be playing and they're just choosing not to right now? Is that the unofficial tank?
I have
what a
no idea.
Confusing deal.
I have no idea. Pick a lane.
32 points in the first quarter yesterday against the Bulls. We're leading. Look at that. 32-30.
Mm-hmm.
Then we smoke them in the second quarter, 34-21. And then the wheels fell off. And literally in the second half, total, the Bucks scored 31 points. Total.
I mean, insane. It's literally like they only played 3 quarters.
I read yesterday on Twitter after the game that if this doesn't get Doc fired, nothing will. Bad news, this won't get Doc fired. It won't.
Okay. Like you're saying this season.
No, he will not be fired before the end of the season.
Yeah, at this point,
There's
I believe
no reason
that.
to.
Right.
They went 8-10, and now they just do what they did this past weekend. If they look at him, what's he going to say? What do you guys want? I'm trying to win every game. We're going to win some, lose some. And we don't have Giannis. Any questions?
Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly.
Anything else?
Anything else?
Yeah, a couple really good stories. First one's first here. The Wisconsin Wrestling State Championship happened over the weekend. Hakan Peterson from Dodgeville became the 33rd wrestler in Wisconsin state history to win 4 state titles. A 4-time Wisconsin Wrestling State champion. Literally finished his career, Josh, undefeated.
Yeah, how many opportunities do you get to win the state wrestling title?
4.
4. Okay, and he won it 4 times.
4 times. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, you can win it each year. Each year ends with a state title like that. Have you done anything undefeated in your life, Josh? Like, I am undefeated at blank.
Nope.
Me neither.
Sure haven't.
UWGB. Let's go. Big victory for them on Saturday. They are the 5th seed. Home game tomorrow night in the Horizon League tournament. It's a big deal. A lot of wins this year for UW Green Bay basketball. We talk to Dougie Buckets about it all the time in the turnaround, going from 4 wins to 17 did they finish the season at? 21 straight losses last year. Not so much this year. Somebody asked us earlier on the Nicolay Law talk and text line, 414-677-1250. They said, can you guys explain the Horizon League tournament at all? Kinda.
It starts today.
No, the Horizon League tournament for the men start Wednesday. However, Green Bay's got a game tomorrow night in that, you saying the play-in game starts today?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The
start of the, technically, playing games count as part of the tournament.
I
so
hate that.
the tournament starts today.
When does the NCAA tournament start?
Listen, I'm with you, but officially it is on Wednesday.
That's why I didn't know that, because it's like, really, do we have to count this?
Cleveland State versus IU Indy for the play-in tonight.
So they took it one step further in the Horizon League, because some years back, the team that won the Horizon League tournament had a losing record. I think it might have been Milwaukee. And the Horizon League sent a team with a losing record to the NCAA tournament. And they were like, nope, can't do that if we want to have respect. And so this year they changed it up. There's this play-in game now. And then tomorrow night is the only game that plays for the men's side, because Wednesday night, the Green Bay women's have a home game in the Horizon League tournament. So we said, let's let them have their own night. We'll play Tuesday. The rest of the tournament plays on Wednesday. And this is when it gets weird. There's another play-in game. So on Sunday, there will be another play-in game in Indy. The bottom 2 teams in the Horizon League that are left of the 5 teams have a play-in game, and then that team moves on.
Nope. You lost me.
I know. Isn't that
what?
dumb?
What are we doing?
They're trying really hard to make sure that no team that shouldn't be there isn't there.
For the record, I hate that a lot.
I know.
Because that's not what March Madness is about.
But this is also back to what Doug was saying, that the Horizon League can't seem to get out of their own way. They're trying to figure out the best way to become a league that people pay attention to, and they thought that sending a team to the NCAA tournament with a losing record wasn't a great look.
Okay. This is, you're overcomplicating things, Horizon League. You're the Horizon League. I'm sorry, you're still the Horizon League. Like, the way to get that respect is to put better competition on the court, which is happening. Get out of your own way, like Doug said.
Yeah, good luck with that. The only other thing of note this week is the World Baseball Classic. I'm jacked for this. Starts Friday. USA plays Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. It's this pool play type of schedule. They're in Houston. Brazil on Friday at 7. Great Britain on Saturday at 7. Mexico on Monday at 7. And then Tuesday the 10th against Italy at 8. So there you have it. You're all caught up. And we move on to the I Have Questions portion of the segment. I didn't get offered a contract like this when I was 12, Josh. I would have tried a little bit more had I known $2.8 million was sitting out there for me as a potential prospect. Are you serious?
At 12 years old, what is happening?
I don't think it's legal in the U.S. That's why there's a kid from the Dominican that just got a paycheck for $2.8 million by the Cincinnati Reds. We have questions. Plus, is Michael Jordan making us NASCAR fans? And your questions and our answers, if we have them. That's all next. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Happy Monday. Make sure to get the latest on the crew from Arizona. Spring training live. Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz, 5 to 7 tonight and every night this week here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Trevor and Josh inside Wisconsin Sports. Time for a Monday edition of I Have Questions.
When things just don't add up, Trevor and Josh ask the hard questions or just point out how messed up stuff is.
I only have one question.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
Do you view this season as a failure?
You asked me the same question last year.
What's the most important question the Badgers have to answer Saturday?
This is a great question. Oh, my God, this is a great question.
It's time for I Have Questions on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line. Josh, my first question, tell me everything I need to know about Bowling with the Chumps. That's Saturday. I saw you post over the weekend a whole bunch of amazing door prizes and raffle prizes and all of the stuff. It's less than a week away, bud.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so Bowling with the Chumps is a charity event I do that always just helps one family. The family changes every year with a kiddo that's battling cancer. It's this Saturday, March 7th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's at the New Berlin Ale House. There are going to be over 100 raffle items, and you do not have to stick around to find out if you won. Also, 20 amazing silent auction items, and all the money raised goes to a 1.5-year-old girl named Sophia who's battling cancer. So we literally cannot do it without all of you. The bowling spots are filled, but come stop on by, bid on some stuff, grab a drink, and help a family that really needs it, and I would surely appreciate that as well.
8:30, 8 o'clock, 7:30. What time do people get there?
So bowling officially starts at 9. Check-in starts at 8:30. But like I said, we're full. Bowling the bowling slots are full. All 28.
I know that.
All 28 lanes. Yep.
What time do you want people to start showing up? You just said
9 a.m. 9 a.m.
Right.
Yep, 9 a.m. is when it'll start. But if you can't be there right at 9, that's absolutely fine. It goes until we'll probably end up starting to close down the raffle and silent auction items around 1:30.
The Nicolay Law Fan Talking Text Line, 414-677-1250. The 414 just said, hey, thanks for concentrating on Wisconsin sports. You're welcome. We do our best to make sure that everything we talk about here has some sort of connection to Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And when it doesn't, it's just because it's absurd. And that's what Tyler Reddick did this past weekend. Listen to this.
Well, they said this could not be done. Winning the first 3 races of a NASCAR season. No one has ever done it. Not since 1949. It happens today. Three-peat for Tyler Reddick. 23-11 in Toyota.
Great work.
Michael Jordan is out of breath. That's 3 weeks in a row. 77-year history of NASCAR, Michael. This has never been done. What can you say about the domination by your team today?
It's time for change.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But why is it that the fact that Michael Jordan is in racing now and being interviewed post races, that's making me go, do I got to start watching NASCAR? Is this becoming a thing? Because I love Michael Jordan, and seeing him be excited out there and seeing what his team's doing is making me continuously watch highlights of NASCAR races. I don't have time for that. I wasn't planning on that. It has me this morning going, I got questions. What am I supposed to do here? I got to start programming, hitting the DVR to record NASCAR. What is this?
I do watch Daytona, at least the last, 20 laps or so.
Sure, yeah.
Fun to watch. And then when I realized that Reddick was going to win, I looked up. Sure enough, Team Jordan, 23. What is it? 23XI? Is that how you? Is it 2311?
Something like that. Yeah. We'll get there.
Just we're baby NASCAR fans.
But I openly admit I'm not a NASCAR fan. I'm not. But now,
did you follow the Wisconsin drivers though back in the day?
A little bit, like Matt Kenseth, a little bit just because it was, of the local tie. But besides that, not really. My dad was super into NASCAR. So it was on a lot, during the Jeff Gordon and, Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. days. But I still wasn't watching it a lot. But now, because Michael Jordan's a part of it, like SportsCenter and a ton of other media outlets on their social media are sharing highlights of this. And I'm going, Is Michael Jordan going to force us to, whether you like it or not, NASCAR, it's in your face. It's crazy. And of course, it's his team that is doing these incredible things that have never been done in NASCAR.
The Cincinnati Reds did something crazier over the weekend. They reached a pre-agreement. Don't know what that means either. With a 12-year-old Dominican prospect.
Yeah. Okay.
Julio Ramos, a $2.8 million bonus. And the question here is, first things first, huh?
Right. What? What do you mean?
Did you watch his highlight reel, Josh? The kid pops up. That's all he did.
Okay.
In those hits that we saw on Twitter, all he did was pop up. Congratulations.
Yeah. I have no idea. I don't understand at all. I think it's immediately it was, how are we allowed to do this? How are we allowing major league teams? Like, when does it end? Can the Dodgers just go to Ohtani's kid if he has one, like, immediately and be like, hey, $5 million, like the day after his birth? Like, what? There needs to be a hard point of no, you can't talk to children. that's a big thing in society. We don't let you talk to children.
In America, you need a work permit when you're 14. But in the Dominican, you could be 12 and raking and make $2.8 million. That's bonkers to me.
Yeah.
Jackson Chourio was 16 when he signed with the Brewers. He got a $1.8 million signing bonus. But I feel like your junior year of high school, you're that's where where you're probably going to go if you're really, really good at sports. You're getting recruited.
Sure.
Already at that age.
Sure.
12?
You're not even a teen. The word teen's not in your name yet. You're 12. It's insane. You're a child. You're not even a teenager yet. It's crazy. But honestly, seeing this move from the Reds, which I don't know where the Reds fall in terms of, their value, their spending, their market size, but this to me went, oh, no. What are they trying to one up the Brewers on getting a jump on players? Like, that was our move, right? We did that with Chourio. We were talking about, are we going to be doing that with Mate or some of these other prospects of the only way that the Brewers will be able to hang on to them is giving them a long-term contract before they get a swing in the majors. Now the Reds are saying, yeah, we're going to go after guys at 12. How are we allowing this?
The only other question that I had, Josh, is, and I'm asking you here, what is the scoop with Giannis? I believe we're at the end of our 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks with the calf strain. I saw him say that he had to play 1-on-1 and then 3-on-3 and then so on and so forth. And I saw over the weekend that he was ruled out against the Bulls, to which I was like, is he not ruled out until he's ruled in? Or what are we doing here?
Well, I think he's ruled out every game. Like, it's like they have to officially rule him, like give a ruling. If you were out, you have to say probable or in. You gotta make that announcement. And so for every game, I think he's officially been ruled out to that point, unless he's questionable, etc. So, but to answer your question, man, I don't know. And I also don't know what should be the answer. The fact that there hasn't been a answer on his timeline that has been truthful to this point definitely raises eyebrows. It's been, do we all forget when it was, hey, he might be ready to play in time for the All-Star game? Or if not, definitely right after. Yeah, the All-Star game was quite a while ago. He's still not out there. What's going on? So at this point, I don't mind it if it's them being cautious. I think that we all are in agreement that whether they're going to make a push or not, we need to give Giannis as much time as he needs to truly be healthy. I think that don't have a McManus situation to where we're putting him back in when he's not ready to go, especially if we're in tank mode or suck mode. Maybe just suck mode
or trade mode.
Nope. Or suck mode, one of these.
Like, honestly, Josh, are they possibly not playing him, even though he may be ready? Because A, we're in suck mode, as you say, and B, if they really are thinking about trading him after the season, why risk it?
Yeah, that's a fair standpoint. I just don't know that you're going to be able to. If they're doing that, if that's the reason why, then they already know that he's gone. then he already told the team, I'm not signing the Supermax. That's the only way that they would tell Giannis, no, we're not letting you get back on the court.
If he doesn't play again this year, that's exactly what you would be able to demise, right?
I would think if he doesn't play even one more game, yeah. Especially if they're close. Especially if they're close to making it.
As a Bucks fan and as a bigger Giannis fan, Josh, I just want you to make sure that you're watching every time he gets on the court between now and the end of the year, because it could be the last and you don't get to know.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if you really want to pay attention.
I know.
Because if, let's just say he hypothetically doesn't play again, what was his last game as a Buck? Do you know?
I mean, the exact date, no.
Right.
It was a while ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was. Solid 4 to 6 weeks ago for sure. And it was right when all of that was getting weird. There were some weird stories of that too. All right. Nonetheless, I guess we wait. We're on the waiting train for Giannis. We'll see if he comes back yet this season. But I feel like if he's gonna, it's within the next week or so. At least it needs to be, because we're again at the end of the 6 weeks. So we'll see. The most electrifying sound of the day is next. And plus, at the top of the next hour, we want to know, what are you paying attention to in Wisconsin sports? It was a weird weekend. There were some highs, some lows. Obviously, Marquette's not doing great, and they're not going to make the tournament. Wisconsin is hit or miss. The Brewers are in spring training. The Bucks are what they are. What are we watching? What are you involved with? What are you happy about, and what are you frustrated by? That's coming up in the morning mind dump. But first, the most electrifying sound of the day. That's next. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
It's time for
The most electrifying
sound of the day.
The most electrifying
On Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Brought to you by Best Electric. Learn more at bestelect.com. Don't stress. Connect with the best.
Oh, this is a shot to deep right by Fisher. That's gone. Whoa. First round pick from a year ago out of Tennessee, and Fisher exits stage right.
I did a lot of that in college. Oh, what a blast.
That being Jeff Levering's call of Andrew Fisher's smacking home run. That's the most electrifying sound of the day, brought to you by our friends at Best Electric. Remember, no job is too big or too small for Best Electric. Don't stress. Connect with the best. Call them today or visit bestelect.com. Trev, literally on Friday, we did our top 5 favorite sounds in sports. And then Andrew Fisher just whack off the bat. That home run was awesome.
I believe I read that the exit velocity of that home run was 110 miles an hour. Off the bat.
Yeah. Nuts.
397-foot home run, 29-degree angle. Hashtag thanks technology. But 110 off the bat makes any corner a hot corner.
Right. Right.
Thank God that landed in the grass and then off the Leinenkugel beer cart out and right, because that would have hurt.
Yeah. It's weird, too, then when you say like 397, you're like, cool. So that, if it was to straightaway center at AmFam, would have been catchable at the wall. Got it.
Well, or because it was a little elevated berm, maybe that would have carried over. I don't know, but it got out in about 0.3 seconds.
Right.
Absolute
right.
laser beam attached to his head. Oh, Brewers baseball can't get back soon enough.
I know. And it's hearing those highlights, though, it's just like a tease. It's such an amazing tease for the start of games that matter.
And that was the first game that mattered enough to put on the all-new Brewers.tv, audio courtesy of the first broadcast on the TV side of the season. Our friends were back, the same old voices. It looks good on the stream. I cannot speak to whatever it is that you guys have going on in the cable satellite world.
Yep. Not sure.
When do you call and ask questions?
Man, probably the Monday after March Madness. Like at that point, like, because that's the only reason why I'm not freaking out about it now is because I still have March Madness to get to. But once that first weekend is done, then
it's call people live on the air. Can we do that?
It's usually frowned upon.
But the second they pick up, we just got to go, hey, you're live on the radio, and then everything's better.
Yeah, unless they go swear.
Well, it's the dump, and then we hang up and move on. Guess that didn't go well. Are you able to?
Could do it.
What if you just, I don't know, spent $100 and bought the stream and didn't worry about it anymore?
But I'm already paying for it. But I get it already. Why am I?
You think you do?
Well, no, we know it's going to be there. We know it's going to. They are going to have it on, cable providers. You are going to get it, whether you have DirecTV or Spectrum or whatever you have. Like, you are going to still be able to get it. We just, I don't know why they haven't announced it yet. I don't know why it isn't being promoted everywhere, what the channel is. Why would you want to hold this information out there? That makes me think they don't have everything finalized yet, which TikTok. Let's go. Let's go. The clock is running here.
Annie in the 262 on the Nicolay Law talking text line, 414-677-1250. Hey, Josh, who's this guy working with you on a Monday?
I don't know. He's new. This is his first Monday. Give him some time. He's got to settle in. Tommy couldn't be here this week. He had to go to spring training.
Yeah, I'm filling in for Tommy.
Yeah, just on Mondays. Tommy's usually here. He said, "Nah, I got to have Trevor cover for me. I've got to go to spring training with Tim Allen." Which I don't know if you haven't followed at WI Sports Radio on all social media platforms, you're missing out. They already went to the casino last night. Tommy's posting videos of Tim Allen just having a blast even before they see a game. Those guys are having too much fun.
We're going to talk to Tim Allen at 8 a.m. I guess we're going to see how the casino went more than anything.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Get them
Before
all set
Brewers
up.
baseball, how are we doing in the old pocketbook?
Yeah. Well, listen, he was also walking around in just a t-shirt. 24 degrees here in Milwaukee, so yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Have fun, Tim. Yeah.
Make sure to get the latest from those guys and the crew live from Arizona all week. Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz, 5 to 7 tonight on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, and I believe 5 to 7 all week long.
Yep, that's
the
right.
Crew spring training report from Tim Allen and Tommy Wirtz. When we come back, Wisconsin, what are you watching right now? Badgers are playing. The Horizon League tournament starts tomorrow for UWGB in Milwaukee on Wednesday. We got NASCAR that doesn't have a lot to do with Wisconsin, but there's some Wisconsin connections in there. The Bucks are playing. The Brewers are in spring training. What are we watching? And what makes you smile on this Monday morning from the weekend that was Wisconsin sports? And what are you nervous about or maybe frustrated by? That's the morning mind dump. It's kind of a weird time of year.
Mm-hmm.
It's that tweener phase of baseball's here, but kind of not. Basketball in terms of NCAA is like in that 2 weeks of this is going to be great time frame, which, by the way, I'm off 2 weeks from today. Just a heads up.
Oh, on a Monday? Oh,
spring break. And Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday that week. Geez, the guy doesn't got a couple appointments. I 100% took off the day after Super Bowl just because I always take off the day after the Super Bowl. That's my way of saying if the Packers ever win the Super Bowl, don't expect me to be here that Monday because I'm not here any Monday after the Super Bowl.
Oh, I'll be here, but I will not have slept.
Sleepy. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Connects again. Carrington stuck on automatic. Look at this. Heat check. Oh, he's on fire.
This is fun. Nuts about happening.
Carrington can't miss.
Oh my goodness. That was an absolute display.
The Badgers with a bunch of bullseyes. Season high 17 made threes. Get a win.
The Madness via Bucky in Washington over the weekend. Wisconsin 90, Washington 73. Audio courtesy of Braden Carrington and FS1.
Yeah, mostly Braden Carrington.
32 points, a school record 9 made threes. He was 9 from 15 from beyond the arc. Wisconsin buried 17 threes. On to the victory against Washington and on to the rest of the week for Wisconsin. Home on Wednesday against Maryland and then Purdue, and then it's Big Ten tournament time. What's up, Wisconsin? We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook inside Wisconsin Sports. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
Who says, don't tell me how to fan. But in the break, off the air, you said, I think you might be able to tell me how to fan with this whole Giannis thing.
Yeah, I might be. And if you listen to Don't Tell Me How to Fan, the show that's on Saturday mornings, it's not the first time that you've heard me say it in regards to this. Usually it's Don't Tell Me How to Fan. I'm so confused on how to fan right now about these Milwaukee Bucks. I don't mind. I don't mind people giving opinions on how exactly to do this. Cheer for the tank, cheer for a win. Want Giannis to come back, don't want Giannis to come back. What are we trying to do here? What's the game plan? Too many questions.
And so that's the morning mind dump portion of the show this morning. How are you fanning right now? What has you super frustrated in regard to Wisconsin sports? What are you super happy about? What do you got to get off your chest and out of your head now that the coffee is kicked in on it's Monday, I think.
It is a Monday.
Hey,
yep. You're in the right
Monday.
place. There you go.
Time for the morning mind dump.
I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me.
The coffee is kicked in. We're awake and ready to roll. Let's get some things off our chest and out of our heads.
You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
It's time for the morning mind dump on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law talk and text line. Coming up at 7:25, a guest today that none of us have ever heard of. Yet it's an awesome story from the weekend. A UW Green Bay student, his name is Peyton Demuth, won $5,000 in free tuition at the GB game on Saturday, and it was in the most incredible senior day way ever. We're going to have him on and tell you that entire story coming up at 7:25. But what story are you telling yourself now? What story are you choosing to fan on right now? Bucks, Brewers, Badgers, Packers, GB Phoenix, Milwaukee, Marquette. Where do you stand in sports here in Wisconsin right now? It's almost like a kind of a pause. And this might be the only moment that we have the ability to pause between now and, frankly, the end of the year, where we go, okay, let's just back out of this for a hot second. The Brewers are in spring training, and it doesn't really matter, even though it's fun to watch them win, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, our guy Joey Ortiz was 3 for 3 over the weekend, and it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Even though that's a good sign.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of things in college basketball, for the most part, are locked in already. As you mentioned, the Brewers, they're playing baseball, which is fun, but it doesn't count yet. And then the Bucks does matter. Doesn't matter. As I mentioned at the beginning of the segment, I'm so confused on that. And so to your point, what are we watching right now that matters? Or at least over the weekend, what was? It's a very weird time.
It's a weird spot, right? The Bucks don't seem to matter right now. By the way, Josh, the 414 that just texted in, congratulations to that person. That's the last time they're ever going to text the show.
Oh.
I'll let you do the honors on that one.
Okay.
Bucks are confusing. Badgers not super confusing, but yet once in a while super confusing. I mean, if you look at the Big Ten tournament, the teams that should have the top 4 seeds are teams the Badgers have beaten this year. Michigan, Michigan State, Illinois, Purdue. Well, hopefully beating Purdue. Did we beat Purdue the first time around?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got three huge wins under the belt, which is why it's like the even this game against Purdue for the Badgers coming up isn't life or death. It's not a make or break game. It's not they have an opportunity to take over like the number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament if they win it. There's not enough juice right now. And that's what's confusing. Now, on the flip side, on the positive side, as we've been playing all day, remember when we had the whole Freebird? We just played Freebird through all the Olympics. Yeah. Well, now, just this music. Get used to this, baby. I look forward to this all year. And that is the positive for me, is that I understand it's a weird playing game for the Horizon, but starting tonight is conference tournament basketball.
Amen to that.
And then that's what we have for the rest of the week, for the rest of the weeks after, until actual March Madness is here. And so that is what I'm excited about, is that we kind of had to get through this weekend, but now, and I understand it's not specific to Wisconsin sports, but you can start putting together in your head who to look out for in March Madness. The tournament, mini tournament, the pre-tournament has started.
How much March Madness outside of Wisconsin sports do you pay attention to during the college basketball season? And or what does it change once the brackets hit? Because for me, I'm aware. I mean, I saw the Miami of Ohio game over the weekend, and their coach pulling the best Doug Gottlieb impression ever.
Against the same ref. It was the same.
It was the same ref.
Yeah. Oh, not a great
And then
look.
did you see Doug's tweet?
Yeah.
Been there, Trev. I was like, oh, God, stop it. It was an interesting game, and yet there are people saying Miami of Ohio, who's now, 29-0, I believe?
I believe so, yep.
They're not going to make the tournament if they have a loss.
Which is stupid.
Absolutely stupid.
I understand, and that's the difference between, I get it, level of play and within conference and the difficulty of schedule and everything else. I don't care who you're playing, it's still D1 basketball, and if you hadn't lost, then you deserve to be in the tournament. Now, I will say so I went to Wichita State in Kansas. That's where I went to college. And Wichita State was one of the teams that went 35, 36-0, whatever it was, before, and they were a number 1 seed in the tournament. And then in the second round, they had to go up against Kentucky, and Kentucky eliminated them. They didn't even make it to the Sweet 16. But there was a lot of discussion about if they should have been and gotten that spot based on strength of schedule. I just don't understand how, if you're the NCAA, if you don't put a team in that position, you're saying, hey, you mid-majors or worse, you don't matter. You just don't matter. It's a bad look. I'm sorry to whatever other, SEC or Big Ten at-large team isn't going to make it because of that, but you got to put them in. You have to.
And yet, money talks, which is convenient, isn't it? How much money would we have to give Aaron Jones? Somebody in the 262 said, Aaron Jones could be a Packer again, ? Well, we talked about that in the morning catch-up to start the show. What are your thoughts on that? 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Talk and Text line. Josh mentioned earlier that it would be great to have a guy like Aaron Jones back in the Packer locker room as a veteran voice who's been here, done this. And that was one piece that they were kind of missing from this past season, is that true veteran leader. With all due respect to Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs, there's still not that one voice. Like Mercedes Lewis was a veteran leader, a veteran voice. Donald Driver was a veteran voice. Aaron Rodgers, to some aspects, were veteran voices.
Mm-hmm.
Notice there was more than one voice with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, and Aaron Jones, in his time here, he definitely showed that leadership. I mean, there was one game I remember specifically where they showed him literally like a player had messed up. They were coming off the field. They had their head down, and he literally pulled their head up by, the chin strap and to say, like, no, you keep your head up.
I remember that.
Right. That was a big deal. That's that type of leadership that I'm saying, if you can get it cheap enough, absolutely, if only for that reason, to create a locker room environment, to have that type of person. I just don't think that that's going to be enough for Aaron Jones. And I think that Aaron Jones is going to get more than that on the open market.
But to that point, how much are we following the Packers right now? Like we're talking about in the morning mind up here, it's a weird spot as a Wisconsin sports fan. The Packers coming out of the combine, getting ready for the draft. We can analyze the offensive line and where we think we need help and who we think the Packers are going to choose. But even that is kind of crickets at the moment. I would imagine there's a lot of vacations between now and the draft for a lot of people over there at 1265 Lombardi Avenue.
Yeah, I don't know. It's to your point, it's a very weird time. I think we expected it's different too because, and I don't know, maybe I'm just not focusing on it as much. I don't remember us having to stagger out the hiring and losing of coaches this much as it has been this offseason for the Packers. I feel like usually it's all right, everyone's coming back, or maybe we lose one or two guys and then we get those spots filled and then we wipe our hands of it and we're done for a while. And no, that's pushing everything off. You're talking to Goody at the combine about things that usually would not be in discussion. It's a weird year.
Jeff in Fox Point says, I love that it's March. Conference championship week, the next 2 weeks, meaningless spring training baseball games, but love seeing the players who are going to contribute to the Brewers' success this year. The World Baseball Classic starts on Friday. Great to watch. Be following the Brewers and Bryce Terang and others that are a part of that. So there are certainly things to look forward to. That World Baseball Classic will get me. It will draw me in. Yeah. I will watch that. Okay. I think it's a blast. I am completely over the NBA and the Bucks right now, as somebody also just texted in and said the same thing from the 414. That's Jeff again from Fox Point. Trying to figure out what the Bucks are going to do, but I'm all in on the World Baseball Classic for sure.
Do you think the fact that the Olympics just happened and we're feeling that USA pride plays into the World Baseball Classic? I mean, the timing is convenient, right? Is that, when people are still chanting USA, USA, to then have the World Baseball Classic come up that quick, it's convenient timing for sure.
Well, Jacob Navan said that he's fanning for his cousin Anna. She's a skier for the USA Paralympic team. She was raised in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Anytime you see USA on the front, Josh, whether it's the World Baseball Classic, to your point, the Paralympics, the Olympics with the hockey and all the success that we saw, anytime you see USA in the front, I think it's something that you pay attention to a little more often than you would otherwise. It will be interesting, though, in regard to the World Baseball Classic, to see so many Brewers in other uniforms.
Right.
Italy will have a Brewer. Canada will have a Brewer. Venezuela will have Brewers. Mexico will have Brewers. Like, this isn't just very diverse squad in Milwaukee that's going to split up. Now, one thing that we haven't talked about, how do we feel about that? How do we feel about the big names in Brewer baseball leaving spring training to get ready for the season and going to the World Baseball Classic, which we will all enjoy? But
this was a question that I brought up last week of just why is it that we look at like Giannis and Giannis wanting to say, okay, I'm gonna go play with Greece, and we go, okay, because he's Giannis, but we worry about it. He's injury prone. We don't want that to happen. What if something happens to a Brewer we're all going to be losing our minds. And yet you don't see a lot of people throwing their hands in the air saying, what the heck is the Brewers organization doing ahead of time? The only person who wasn't allowed to go was Sal Frelick. They said, nah, we need you here. We need you here. We need you to stay healthy and have a full spring training.
It sounds like it was quite the conversation, though, with Sal and the organization. He obviously wanted to go and play, but they wanted him to have a full off season of rehab and rest. It's not that he's not capable. I love that when that guy talks, by the way, Sal Frelick.
Yeah.
Like that is a. So we were talking about this over the weekend too, Josh, and I want to get your take from a GB basketball perspective. What qualifies having a player get their number retired? It was senior day the other day for Green Bay, and Preston Reedinger, who has a lot to do with our guest coming up in just a few moments, UWGB student Peyton Demeth will join us. He won $5,000 in free tuition in the game on Saturday at GB. It's a hell of a story. You'll want to stick around for that. But back to GB basketball for just a second in Preston. Preston grew up in Northeast Wisconsin. He only ever wanted to wear the Green Bay Phoenix uniform in college basketball. Once he landed here, after his time at, I believe, Valparaiso, he was here 3 straight years and is someone that embodies the Horizon League and mid-major basketball better than anybody ever. What qualifies to get your number retired in today's college basketball or college athletics position? Meaning, rare is the bird that is anywhere for any length of time. And we retire numbers of people that change programs, not just hit records.
Yeah, it's a gray area when it comes to that, because if you are at a professional level, or I mean, we talked about that there's, on the professional level, there are probably a lot of players in the Wisconsin sports teams that should have their number retired that don't, that had us question, how has this guy not had his number retired? But I don't know how many, Phoenix players' numbers have been retired. So that's part of it. I think that, like, if there are 2 in the whole program's history, okay, then you look at it a little bit differently. But I feel like it kind of is you set that bar, and then you decide based on where that bar is set if the next guy gets in or the next guy's number gets retired. If they only have 2 and it's because, they won a championship and made the deepest run in program history, then that's the bar, right? If it's okay, but this guy played his entire college career here, changed the culture and did that, okay, then that's the bar. So it really depends on what happened beforehand.
We might use that as an entire segment idea once. What is the bar in sports that should qualify you getting your number retired? We'll do that tomorrow, maybe, Josh.
Okay.
In this aspect, though, in mid-major basketball, listen, like Kiefer Sykes here in Green Bay has his number retired. Kiefer Sykes, if he was playing today, would have played in Green Bay a year, and then he would have been gone. And that's so true for other mid-major programs, in that the best players hit that transfer portal and away they go. So how are they ever going to retire a number? We'll talk about that tomorrow. Interesting concept. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk to UWGB student Peyton Demeth. We'll tell you the whole story, but let's just say his tuition bill significantly less in the fall semester. $5,000 he won in free tuition. How he did it will blow your mind. That's next. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. A reminder, if you're a Brewers fan, you're going to want to listen close to the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network this week. Every night this week, 5 to 7. Brewers Spring Training Live. Tim Allen, Tommy Wartz. They actually join us at 8 this morning as well. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh joining us now on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Man, the stash worth $5,000.
Absolutely right.
UW Green Bay. Peyton, I'm just going to say this. I told you this yesterday, but we're live on the radio right now. So let's just make sure that we're an adult student of college right now and mind our P's and Q's. Thank you very much.
Yep, absolutely.
Yet, when you won $5,000 the other day, you didn't need to. So tell us the story about how you won $5,000 towards your tuition at the UWGB game on Saturday.
All righty. So UWGB does this thing called Putt for Tuition by Malott Marketplace. And they basically just pick a fan in the student section to do a full court putt. And there's 3 different holes that you can hit it in. And 2 are for like $400 worth of meat. And the middle one is like a small one. And it's for $5,000 for your next semester's tuition. And so they chose me. I was front row with my friends. They picked me. They wanted me to try it. And you get 2 shots basically, where one is mine, the student, and then the other one's like a celebrity shot, which it was Preston Rudiger's dad. And I got out there, I hit my putt. It was slowly rolling the whole way, and then it started curving right, and it almost hit the meat hole, but it didn't. And then I was like, oh boy, here we go. But I knew Mr. Rudiger was amazing at golf, so I was like, I got a great shot still. This I can still do this. And he went up there, he hit it the whole way. It looked like it was going in, like never a doubt. And he even started walking it in towards the end. It was amazing. I have never experienced anything like that in my life.
So where was your putt?
My putt, like where did it go? Or
yeah. Like how like I mean, obviously we know that his was dead on. Where was yours?
It was probably 2 inches from hitting the bigger hole on the right side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you a celebrity shot for sure.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you would have made your putt, he wouldn't have gotten a putt.
Yeah, I don't
just think about that.
I don't think so, especially because it's just a TV timeout. Like, there's no way that you could get all of that in that one timeout. So yeah, it was just an unbelievable moment for sure.
And so, out of curiosity, share if you're willing, what is a semester in college these days? Like, how far does Malott Meats $5,000 go? Does that take care of your entire semester? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it basically takes care of the entire semester of books. It's unbelievable. I can't imagine, like, books and classes and everything basically just covered for next fall. I can't thank them enough. It is truly unbelievable.
So it was the most epic senior day ever. It was Preston Rudiger's dad. Rudy, we all know, and we were talking about it as we were going to break, is a guy that has committed himself to the UW Green Bay men's basketball program in a way that few have done, especially at the mid-major level. And his dad, of all guys, was the one that won you the $5,000 in free tuition. What did he say after he made the putt?
He was basically just like, he turned around and everyone was swarming him, and I was jumping around, and then I like tapped him on the shoulder. I'm like, dude, give me a hug, and he gave me a big old hug and picked me up basically, and I was just like I can't thank you enough. He's like, it's no big deal. He's like I just love doing this kind of stuff, which is truly unbelievable. Yeah.
I love too that it was like on a putt, because usually you see videos that go viral for the half court shot. You know, someone wins X amount of money from that. The putt is becoming more and more popular, though. The full court putt, and then now on a night that's already being highlighted at UWGB, then you kind of steal the show. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, definitely wasn't my plan going into Saturday night. That's for sure, or Friday. Sorry, or no, Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you had a good time afterwards, because you're not even sure what day it was anymore. That's great. Good for you.
Yeah, be right there with you.
It's been a crazy weekend. I just remember, like, the putt just rolling along the whole court. It's just like you're just anticipating because it's just slow. It's a slow putt. It's not like you're just shooting a half court shot. And yeah, just waiting for it to roll and just being able to text my parents and call them after was an unbelievable experience because they were just in absolute shock because like they had no idea I was doing it. I even wanted to wait to tell them just in case if something would happen because it's like it's even better that I can just be like I just won $5,000 for my next semester of school and like they have no idea where it's coming from or anything and I get to tell them the whole story. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Malott Meats, that's where it's coming from.
Malott Meats, yeah. Unbelievable.
Wait, mom and dad, did mom and dad just save $5,000 or did you save yourself $5,000?
Like, are you saying for a normal semester?
Yeah. Like who's paying for college? Are you doing this on your own or?
It's been like a 60-40, like basically all the money that I make goes to my college. And then if they can help with the rest of it, they help. So yeah, it's just an unbelievable, just bonus to add to it to get a little weight off of both of us to be able to get another semester in. Yeah.
So does the 5,000 go towards your 40 or their 60?
I'd say both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna split the difference. Got it.
Yeah. We're gonna find out though. I'm not for sure yet on that.
Yeah, I would have played that a little differently, I think. I might have been like, Mom and Dad, you won't believe this. I and me alone, fine print, got to apply $5,000 towards my cut.
My side.
Yeah, just mine.
Only my side.
Yeah, and Malott Meats is actually sending $200 worth of meats to me and my family. So I got dinner for a while too. I can treat the family to some steak.
Let's go.
Had a baby.
Yeah.
All right. So before we let you go, congratulations again, Peyton, on behalf of Malott Meats, $5,000 in free tuition. Peyton Demuth, UWGB student, won $5,000 in free tuition, all because Rudy's dad made a full court putt. It was an unbelievable moment. Peyton joining us here on Inside Wisconsin Sports. Dude, UWGB men's basketball team had a bit of a turnaround. I'm not sure. What year in school are you?
I'm a sophomore here.
So were you a part of last year at all for the games? Did you come to the games?
Yeah, me and my friends took the trip to the Resch plenty of times to watch the games, but it was a rough season, but I myself and my friends have always loved Doug and Preston and Marcus, and we were like, next year's our year for sure, but I mean it's got to be better than last year because last year was pretty rough, but yeah, it's pretty awesome seeing them turn it around and have a great year this year and hopefully make a run here now in March.
So you're going to be there tomorrow night, Peyton, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You going to be in body paint or something? I mean, you've got a little bit of extra money now. You can do something big, don't you think?
Dress up like the Monopoly man.
Point. It's a good point. I might have to now.
I mean, absolutely you should.
What if we got him like a giant hot dog costume or something, like, you know what I mean? Like wear meat to the thing in honor of Malott Meats. Just wear meat to the game.
Spokesperson.
Giant steak costume.
Yeah, if you can pull that off in 24 hours, definitely the giant steak costume. I think that's the way to go.
I don't know where I would find that, but I can try.
Yeah,
Amazon, man.
Chop. Let's go.
Chop.
Peyton, thanks for jumping on with us. It's a real fun story, and all the best in your next semester. Again, thanks to Malott Meats, and we will see you tomorrow night at the Crest Center, 7:00 for the opening round game for UW Green Bay's men's basketball team. Incoming, Purdue Fort Wayne. Any predictions?
GB by 15. It's going to be a big win. The place is going to be loud. Everyone's going to be there.
Are you going to go to Indy if they win?
I might have to think about it, honestly.
Well,
depending on my class schedule. And I might have to think about it.
Yeah, class is no homework that day.
Yeah, no homework. No homework,
please. Cancel school.
Yeah, cancel
Peyton,
it.
thanks, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Yep, see you tomorrow night, guys.
Peyton Demuth, UW Green Bay student that won $5,000 in a putting contest.
Have you ever been a part of any those type of activities during a game? You ever get pulled in from the crowd to participate in any of that stuff? I've been a bunch, and there's some memorable ones and there's some not so memorable ones as well for me.
I can't remember. Most of the time, to be honest, Josh, at those games, I was working. If it was a baseball game back in the day with the Northwoods League team here, I was working. At these games, the last 7 seasons, I was working. So I never got pulled in. My son did get pulled in once to a shooting one, and this is some years ago, and didn't go well for him, and he's unfortunately still reminded from time to time.
It hurts.
It didn't go so well.
It hurts.
A little bit.
I had a few. When I was in school in Wichita, I did the free throw 3-point half court. I did that. I made the free throw and missed the other 2.
Okay.
And that left me with $100 to Ashley's Home Furniture. I think I came out of there with like a vase, and so I was like, no, I'm in college.
But
I'm
was
not
the half
putting
court
this
shot for like $10,000?
I think it was for $1,000 or something. I don't know. But so I had that, and then I've done a whole bunch of stuff with the Admirals. I've gotten to be the human hockey puck, which is a bunch of fun. And the worst one though was actually with the Admirals, and it was they had some ice cream sponsor, and it was who could finish a pint of ice cream the fastest.
Ouch.
Now I don't want to lose, right? So I'm putting forth the effort. You're on the screen, everyone's looking at you, and I just started. I didn't win, and on top of that, I had like the worst brain freeze of my life.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I literally was in so much pain. I was like, this is not worth it at all. It was awful. But there have been some, especially the Admirals I know, like they do some goofy in-game entertainment type stuff that I go, man, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could volunteer to do that. Making a putt? Sure. I'd take a chance with a putt.
What about a sausage race? Would you do a sausage race?
Ooh.
If you had the option to do a sausage race at a Brewers game, would you put on a costume and give her your best?
Yeah, I think I would. Just to be able to say that I got to do it because it's iconic. I think I'd be a lot better if I was a Sunday sausage. Because the big sausages kind of keep it more close together, and then and then they hand it off to the little guys that then sprint it. So I'd probably be more in line for a Sunday race, but no, I'd do it. Would you?
Do you think
you do
can
it?
you? Oh, of course.
Well, I didn't know if with
off,
your Achilles, if you go.
Oh, well, I'm not going to sprint. I don't think, but yeah, no, I would do that. I can still be athletic. Actually, tonight. Ooh. Tonight's the end of basketball season, parent versus student game.
Oh, all right, you heard it here first. Trevor out tomorrow morning. Best wishes. Gonna get schooled. Breaking
no
ankles.
We're just gonna jog. We're gonna have a little fun. We're not gonna try to dunk, even though the kids are gonna ask me to dunk. I'm not doing it. No.
Boo.
Do you think you can do the sausage race without falling down?
Yes.
Because you're not going to sprint?
Correct.
Okay.
I think I could do it if I'm not going full speed. I think I could. I don't know otherwise though, because there's you gotta when you watch them when they're going full speed, you gotta kind of lean forward. You can't stay straight up. And once you're leaning forward, it's really easy to tumble down.
Everybody holds on to their costume and runs like
right. Sausage just holding
I want a GoPro in one of those once. Fun.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love
my
that.
son. My oldest son was chosen one time as the Nicolay water boy. He had to run the water onto Lambeau Field. And so from the Packers tunnel with an empty Nicolay water jug strapped to his back, he ran all the way out to the 50-yard line, the center of Lambeau Field, and then ran over to the Packers sideline. I said to him, there are 2 things I need you to be aware of here. Number 1, you're about to step on an area of field in Wisconsin that few people have ever said they've been on.
Hallowed
the
ground.
50-yard line of Lambeau Field. So just let's never forget that, number 1. Number 2, do not fall. Don't fall. You
stay on your feet.
Only job you have to do. If you went back and watched the DVD of him running, he ran very, very deliberately.
Yeah.
To make sure that it was kind of a jog, and he was like, all right, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fall. I wonder if he remembers that. It was quite a while ago already. 7 years, probably.
Have you ever thrown out a first pitch?
Ever?
Yeah. Like a ceremonial first pitch?
I don't think so.
I haven't either. And it's, it'd be fun, but I always thought, how would I do it? Would I just try to lob it in there? Would I try to throw, have some heat on it? And if it's not perfect, whatever. Trying to figure it out.
It's a lose-lose. If you lob it in there, you're going to catch some flack for that.
Yeah, right.
If you bounce it, you catch some flack for that. There's definitely a happy medium somewhere.
But then if you nail it, just perfect highlight forever.
But if you don't, you bounce it, but you threw it hard. Now you hit somebody in the kneecap, and smoked a camera guy behind there.
Yeah, don't do that.
A lot of loss. There's a lot to lose in that scenario. The Badgers opened up an NIL store online, and we have questions. Was it necessary? Did you guys ask for this? Other teams have done this. UW Green Bay's had one for some time, but Wisconsin just decided to do one now. Confusing. We'll cover that next. Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Our thanks to Peyton Demuth, who joined us on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. We appreciate you listening here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network statewide on stations like 710 The Game in Duluth Superior or 93.9 The Game in Wausau, 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan in Milwaukee, and 99.7 FM WNFL in Green Bay and the Fox Valley, where, Josh, it was announced that WNFL will be the home of the Green Bay Rockers this season. The Northwoods League baseball team here in Green Bay. You'll be able to hear all of the Rockers game this season on WNFL 99.7 FM all season long. That's relative, my friend, because during the break, we got a text. In a careful what you wish for moment on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, we have officially been invited to throw out the first pitch at a Green Bay Rockers game.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Well,
I got to see.
How do you feel about that?
See, now there's a little bit of pressure. On. Got to see what I'm doing that weekend.
Well, you got all summer to
stretch it out.
Do you stand on the mountain? You got to stand on the mountain, right? You're definitely on the mountain.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
Do you practice or you just...
No, I feel like I'm going to practice. Like, I feel like I would practice. Yeah. I'm not just going to go in there.
You do it?
I'm going to practice first. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you can't. Why can't you commit?
Because I don't know the date, the time,
whenever.
anything.
You pick.
Whenever, wherever, whenever.
Yeah, obviously here in Green Bay. And you got from the end of May to the beginning of August.
All right. Have their people talk to my people.
Okay.
We'll see.
I actually am talking to your people right now.
Oh, that's not true. I don't get to make decisions for what I do and when I do it.
Julie?
That's 100%. Remember when you tried making a plan to do something on your own without checking calendars and looking into things? How'd that go?
Yeah, almost missed a lot of important things.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, moving on. The NIL is the thing, in case you're waking up today. The Badgers opened an NIL store. Josh, what's this about?
Yeah, so I don't know. You said that the UWGB already had this, but
yeah,
it was announced, it was promoted on Twitter that the Badgers now have an NIL online store. And what this meant is that if you wanted to support the players at UW Madison, right? UW Wisconsin, and get merch with their name on the back, name and number on the back, that also featured Bucky or the W, the Wisconsin logo. You could do that now through the store. This is a big deal for some of us old heads, which weird saying that, but because that wasn't the case for a very long time, right? I know a lot of people that had a Ron Dane jersey when he was doing his thing at Madison, and it didn't have Dane on the back. It was just his number because they couldn't put his name on the back. I remember my dad actually had a Ron Dane jersey that he took to a place like Burghardt Sporting Goods, for example, to have Dane put on the back of this 33 jersey because he could not buy it with it. Well, the NIL era has changed all that, and now the Badgers have a store that specifically will sell this type of merchandise with money going to the students that have NIL deals. But it had me going, is this something that people were asking for and missing? Were people like, man, I need a Blackwell jersey shirt, a jersey. Like, I need that, and I'm missing it. I don't have that. I'm asking legitimately, right? Because I don't know. I don't know if that was a need. I know that obviously it exists now, but besides Ron Dane, I hadn't heard of a lot of other players that were dying or fans that were dying to get their jerseys with a name on the back.
What's ironic about this is what started it all. It was the whole idea that the NCAA was making money off of players' name, image, and likeness by selling things like jerseys. And clearly everybody knew back in the day that number 33 was Ron Dane.
Right.
And Ron Dane got nothing for it, and he liked it. Other than the whole rushing record thing that went pretty well for him.
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah.
But then, too, came the NCAA games and the players' names and images being used in there. And so what has become the NIL era of college athletics started in this realm, which is why it was surprising to me that this hadn't been done at Wisconsin in all of the time leading up to this, because it's not like it's something new. So that was my question, was why now?
That's a great point. I don't know. That's why I ask, is this something people wanted? Is this something that people were saying, hey, why can't I get a Blackwell shirt, a Boyd jersey? Take your pick. It goes beyond just the basketball team, obviously. It's, there's a plethora of different student athletes, but why now and why the need for this? Was this something that people went, no, but I need this. You can do this now. Give it to me. I certainly didn't.
Are you an adult wearing jersey?
I will. I wear. Well, yes. Yeah.
You're a jersey wearing guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have?
I have like 3 or 4 different Giannis jerseys. And then I have, I think 2 Packer jerseys and 2 or 3 Brewer jerseys.
Do you wear them in your everyday life or only on game day?
Only the games. Only the games. I'm not just throwing a jersey on to throw a jersey on.
On the radio, sometimes I would say you wear them, but
yeah,
I mean, like Giannis jersey on when all that was going down.
Yeah, I mean, right, because that was like a celebratory day, but otherwise, no. What about you? I've never seen you in a jersey.
I have a horrible track record with jerseys. Really, really, really bad. If I get a jersey, almost guaranteed the player's going to get hurt or not be with the team the following year. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
The most recent jersey I got, Reese Hoskins.
All right, so keep jerseys away from Trevor. Got it?
I can't tell you when it hasn't happened. I wish I was joking. Every single jersey I have, the player became injured or off the team.
What do you think the odds are that Tommy Wirtz gets a Brewers jersey down at spring training?
Is he a jersey guy?
I don't know. I've seen him wear a Micah Parsons jersey.
I think we're going to get to ask him. Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz joins us next from Arizona for a week worth of crew conversation, spring training live. Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz, 5 to 7 every night this week here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. We'll check in with them next. It's not terribly early there. I think they're only 1 hour, right?
Yep.
They're going to be fine. They're up. We've tested it. They're alive. We definitely need to check in on the casino conversation. That's happening.
Oh, this will be fun.
Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Stay here. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to go on great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Again, Carrington stuck on automatic. Look at this. Heat check. Oh, he's on fire.
This is fun. Kind of went nuts about happening.
Carrington can't miss.
Oh my goodness. That was an absolute display.
The Badgers with a bunch of bullseyes. Season high 17 made threes. Gonna win.
Braden Carrington, absolutely nuclear for the Wisconsin Badgers over the weekend. A big dub against Washington, 32 points. And a school record 9 made threes in one game for Braden Carrington. Bucky's got a week ahead, and then this music takes over our life, and we're here for it.
Cannot wait.
What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in Inside Wisconsin Sports. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
And joining us now on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Look at our boys down in Arizona. Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen, spring training live. What are we clinking in the glasses, boys? It better be coffee.
Well, something. There's coffee in there.
And
somewhere.
some.
Somewhere.
This is going to be okay. First question: what kind of Tommy Wirtz are we going to have when he comes back from spring training? Hanging out with Tim Allen.
This is what I would like to start with, and I don't mean to step on Tim Allen's shoes because everyone wants to hear him more than me. But Josh tweeted out yesterday: did someone make sure to put odds on Tommy will get up with his alarm today? And I would like Tim Allen to verify.
Yes,
I started working before Tim Allen even got up today.
Yep. No, he was up before the birds were out here in Phoenix. And
Okay.
yeah, that was good. We set up the gear, and you guys in this video stuff is just whatever. I mean, I hate it, but okay.
We're not in charge, right? Like, this is above our head.
Exactly.
You guys got to let this play out because I am all in on every time Tim hops on video, just being like, hey, we're on YouTube, and I hate it. You can listen to us at like the entire.
I mean, Trevor, I mean, you can relate. We went from audio content providers, meaning listen to your speaker, to now using your eyeballs at the same time. And, I'm up, coffee, and didn't shower and shave. And, after jalapenos yesterday, there's a certain part of my body which is contesting that decision.
Okay. Now you know why I don't like Mondays. Right there. That's why I don't want to be on the radio on Mondays.
Because you got to talk to Tim, or because of jalapenos?
Yeah,
like, what are we talking about?
Typically, the weekend is why Mondays are a little bit rougher than normal. I've taken more potty breaks on this Monday than I do the rest of the week.
There you go. Yeah, and it makes sense. The older you get, the more important that is. But yeah, tonight on Spring Training Live, we'll get you the latest from Brewers camp here. A day off, a little bit of a rarity in Cactus League, but these guys, I know over the years that they cherish their days off in spring because it turns into a grind. I remember. Ryan Braun would always say, man, this spring stuff, I only need about 20, 24, 25 at-bats, and I'm good to go. These guys are grinding. They're working hard. And when they get an off day, guys, American Family Fields of Phoenix is cavernous. I mean, there's nobody. There's security. Barney Fife is there, and that's about it. So today we're going to head over to the stadium. Maybe we'll test some gear a little bit. Get our bearings here. We might choose a game in Cactus League to check out for a little bit. But yesterday's game, when we got here, we hit the ground running, and we landed and took the brand new SkyTrain over to grab the rental car, and then headed right out to Surprise, where the Brewers were taking on the Royals, and we got there a little bit late. because of travel.
Not our fault.
No,
our flight got delayed a half hour. The
was.
rental car situation was, it was a rental car situation. No, we did not. No,
quite yet.
No.
But, we got there, and it was those of you that have never been to Arizona or Florida for that matter. Arizona is a little bit better because everything's a little more contained. In Florida, you're taking sometimes a 2-hour bus ride to go play your game. In the Grapefruit League, here in the Cactus League, everything's about 20 to a half hour. Surprise is probably
that was probably the farthest. Yeah, that was about 39 minutes. I think.
That's a little over a half hour away. But when we got there, the Brewers were in action. Jefferson Caro was getting an at bat. Chad Patrick had already been done pitching. McGill got in the game yesterday.
Scoreless inning for him.
And then we embarked on the food situation, and just a little eye opener with a can of beer. They didn't have Miller High Life, so that disappointed me. But we did get to see some Brewers baseball. And speaking of food, tonight on Spring Training Live, we have stadium food etiquette. So listen for that. I'm interested in hearing about this. Sparky and I talked about this back in 2009. I distinctly remember it because Ken Maka was the manager, and we were out here and we got into this food etiquette conversation. So we'll get to that, but we'll bring you everything Brewers, man. We'll talk some Brewers, get your weekly or daily this week, your daily fix of Brewers baseball. And Garrett Stallings, if he doesn't shape up a little bit, I think, Tommy, he might be headed back over to the minor leagues.
Yeah, there's definitely a few guys you're keeping an eye on throughout this week. Strzelecki, good bounce back for him after he's trying to make a big league club right now. And it's just exciting that our first game that we're going to be there for the full coverage of, Jacob Mizorowski gets to go up and make his spring debut against Great Britain, which a lot of teams playing the WBC teams across the Cactus League to get ready for that action, as it's going to be probably the last week most of these guys get in the Cactus League before that begins.
How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about the best Brewers off to the World Baseball Classic?
I love it. I think it's great. I mean, I'm all about growing the game of baseball.
Sure.
Now, I understand there's been a huge dilemma with the insurance policies that are going around. And of course, you assume that risk that if they're going to play in this tournament, then they're going to have a chance to get injured. Now, Edwin Diaz in the last WBC was a pretty freak accident. This guy was celebrating and he tore his ACL, and that's why the insurance prices have gone through the roof for a ton of guys with injury history. You're talking about Team Puerto Rico has 8 guys that got denied insurance, including guys like Francisco Lindor, Carlos Correa. Mike Trout got denied for Team USA. But you can't let this event get overshadowed in any way because it is huge for the global brand of baseball.
It is. And guys, however, selfishly, where we're at here, right here and now, living in the moment, selfishly, that takes out a bunch of star players out of that clubhouse here.
Sure.
And we would like to bring those guys and their interviews to you guys. But again, Bryce Terang, he's out. I mean, you can go down to Joey Ortiz. Love to talk to my man.
Tyler Black, Team Canada. I mean, might be the face of Canada after this spring right now, Tyler Black.
But just that's on a selfish note that I would love to get at these guys and interview them and get them on the air and everything. But Tommy's right. It is great for the game of baseball. This WBC, I doubted it when they started this thing years ago, and it was like, oh, wow, why don't we just do the Olympics and be done with it?
Sure.
Put baseball back in the Olympics. But not only do we have the World Baseball Classic gaining momentum seemingly every 3 years, it just keeps getting bigger. But now we have the Olympics on the horizon.
So
as well.
selfishly, my take, I don't want the Olympics to come back with baseball just because I want everyone to remember Ben Sheets from the last one.
Yeah.
Like, that's my selfish take. Now, that's when you think of baseball in the Olympics,
Iconic.
I think Ben Sheets. That's where I go.
On his knees, looking up.
Yeah.
And just
Yes.
beautiful. Yeah.
So, boys, tell us. So you got in, you went to the game, and then we started seeing the videos come out on social media. Which, if you're not following at WI Sports Radio, you should be. But tell us what happened in between that first video that I saw of you, Tim, outside of the casino, because you said you got to tune in this week. I already have a whole lineup of content about Tommy Wirtz. What happened? You guys just got there.
No issues or anything. Ironically, I was laying in bed last night and big book reader. I didn't even realize this. The latest book I'm reading right now, the title of it's called Rotten Tommy.
Oh. It's my autobiography. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's some horror, kind of a Stephen
It's
King.
a horror book.
Yeah, it is. It's some sort of Stephen King like. Well, David Sodergren. I think that's
about
it.
Tommy.
That's
the
author.
keto monster.
But food plays a part in our conversations. You really don't get to know somebody, guys, as I'm not telling anybody anything that they don't know, but you really don't get to know somebody until you travel with them. And so there's a few tidbits here and there, Josh, to your question that we can open up and have a conversation about, and without making this about us. But I think everyone can relate to, as good as travel is, and I think it's very efficient. I do, despite some of the issues with air travel. TSA and going through security and checkpoint, checking your luggage, then you got to get the baggage, then you got to get the as fatiguing as that can be. I still think it's pretty efficient based on the numbers that we heard around these sheep. But there's certain things you pick up about people. We're in the Airbnb here, and Tommy and I are sleeping about as far away in this building as you can get from each other. Okay, because I don't know, man. I snore like a freight train, and if I get up and 20 times a night to take a leak, I mean, Tommy, he's not aware.
You're skipping like the best part of this travel story, where we get a text in the morning that looks like a scam text. It's like your flight's been delayed a half hour, and if you want a refund, here you go. And what airline offers a refund for a half-hour delay?
34-minute delay, yeah.
So we get to the Tim Allen, you give him an inch and he takes a mile. Texts me at the time we're supposed to meet that he's leaving his house right now. And says, and I'm already there. I checked in the bags that we have. I have a lot of sketchy radio equipment to be traveling through an airport with. And I'm ready to go, and I'm waiting for 35 minutes now for Tim Allen to get and arrive at the airport.
Played it just right.
So then Tim goes, checks his bags. After he does that, he takes a break back outside, and we're waiting one more smoke break before we go. Then we get through TSA. We get to the counter, and when we get to the counter, the door is open. They are already boarding on this plane.
Yeah, perfect.
We get set up. We get hooked up with our seats. And instead of after we get hooked up, we go to the plane, Tim's like, I need cookies. Yep. I need cookies right now. So we had to go walk back into a gift shop. And the gate agent's like, do you guys know your plane is boarding right now?
Gate agent tracked us down into the gift shop and said, hey, guys, you're, they're boarding
and
now.
Tim's like, well aware. Very much aware that we are. So we're the last one on the plane. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I had to have cookies and water. And so we want to say hello to Gary, one of the gate agents, a big listener of the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Loves you guys.
Hi, Gary.
He loves the station.
Morning.
Yeah. Gary at Southwest Airlines for sure.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Joey Ortiz, I think. I don't know. Where do we go from here?
That's right. And again, I don't know what the weather is, in the upper.
Wait, no, I didn't ask about the weather, damn it. I asked about Joey Ortiz.
Yeah, well, he's my guy this year. I'm going to be, I told you guys, Trevor, Josh, I'm going to be as positive as I can with Joey O.
Oh, my God.
And I am, because they need him. They really do. And, the fact that we're seeing a little bit of him driving the baseball here early on in spring. Now, if you notice the World Baseball Classic guys thus far, Bryce Terangs, William Contreras, even Joey Ortiz, they're a little geared up here as opposed to the pitching. And this is new to me where they are really I'm a little slightly concerned on them laying back on the slower motion on the pitching side of things. I mean, Jacob Mizorowski hasn't thrown in a game yet. We're 9 games in here?
Yeah.
And he hasn't even done an inning. He'll get his start tomorrow. But Quinn Priester, same deal. When, they're so slow, and is Priester fully healthy? Woody hasn't gotten into a game yet. As I said, Jacob Mizorowski's first start tomorrow. I want to talk to Pat Murphy, and hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday we'll get to him with a one-on-one and ask them where that came from. Why the slow motion with these guys?
Well, and to comment again on Joey Ortiz with Tim, if you have a stock that is at 0, the only way it can go is up now. That's statistically where it was with Joey Ortiz. He was the worst OPS qualified hitter in Major League Baseball. Now, we know what he can do on the defensive side, and everyone's excited to see him play shortstop. It's just when he has to bat, that's when people get nervous because the bases are loaded and there's 2 outs every single time he comes up to hit, it feels like. I agree with Tim, though, on why not put some stock into him, because he knows he's going to have a short leash at some point this year. They just traded for Jet Williams in the offseason, giving away their number 1 pitcher in that time in Freddie Peralta, who just got named the Mets opening day starter, as everyone assumed was going to happen. I'm okay with giving Joey Ortiz this shot because this team won 97 games with the worst qualified hitter on the team pretty much every day. So anywhere to go up, me and Tim have been saying, just get 240, and I think we'll be happy with that. We'll be all good. Everyone will be joyous with Joey Ortiz. Now, with the pitching side of things, I agree with Tim that I think the transparency on health in the pitching department wasn't quite what we thought it was for some of these guys for the Milwaukee Brewers. Specifically, Brandon Woodruff just came off throwing 25 pitches the last time he threw, and his opening day seems to be in question. We talked a lot about that on the last Hot Stove Weekly. You can go back, check that interview out as well. I think that Priester as well, like Tim said, might be going slow with him. And Mizorowski, when we had him on 2 weeks ago, they're expecting 170 innings out of this guy. I mean, that is the natural progression of a ramp up from what he has done in the past to now what he's expected to do. And when you are going to give away a guy like Freddie Peralta in an offseason, who's a guy who gives you 170 innings and 30 starts a year, you got to expect it out of someone else. And if it's not going to be out of Brandon Woodruff or Quinn Priester, again, the natural progression would lead to believe that Jacob Mizorowski be the next guy to do that.
I'm curious, though, guys, that if you notice that, and I'm not saying the Brewers should beat to the drum of the Dodgers, but if you look philosophically about the Dodgers, and I don't have the metrics behind this, maybe we'll look into it, but did it not appear that the Dodgers were laying back with their frontline pitchers a little bit during the season last year?
Well, you remember everyone said they were just struggling. Everyone just didn't. The media attention on them was, are the Dodgers struggling? Are these guys okay? And then there was a lot of injury.
But
time.
then they turn them loose, Josh.
Well,
They turn them loose.
It was comparable. It was comparable to Golden State Warriors when they knew they were going to win the championship during that time, and they had to coast through the final or the regular season to make it like as healthy as possible for October. Now the Brewers might have did the opposite, right? They were the grit and grind, hard every day. We're trying to win today. All of those, and they got to October. And they might have ran out a little steam once they put everything they had into that Cubs series and ultimately not getting a win against those Dodgers.
Just saying, conceptually, could they be doing that just at the front end of the season?
I like the idea.
Just laying back a little bit.
Yeah.
I hope that's the case and it's not really injuries. Because, guys, I can tell you this based on experience. I ask these guys, one of the first things I'll ask in interviews is, how you feeling? Everything healthy? Everything good? And that's literally the way. Oh, yeah, these guys just emphatically across the board. Yeah, everything's fine.
Everyone's in the best shape of their life.
I have asked players that question in the morning, and by the afternoon, we get a report that he's going through some ailment.
Yes.
And I'm not saying they're lying necessarily, but I don't know where the strategy would be. But I think if you lay back on your injury news, I think it might be a benefit in just solely nothing else than to give your opponent that piece of information. But I wonder if this is their philosophy. Again, final point. If this is the Brewers' philosophy to just go slow with pitching, or there's some ailments going on that we're not aware of.
And that was Joey Ortiz talk.
There's your Joey Ortiz talk.
Perfect. That was what I was hoping for.
Yeah. So if you guys had to guess today, based on all the reports that have come in and everything you just talked about the pitchers, who starts opening day? Who's out there on the mound?
We talked about this last Hot Stove Weekly, and I think if everyone is healthy, well, first of all, there is no argument if Brandon Woodruff's ready to go.
That's
right? There is no argument. It should be Woodruff. Everyone wants it to be Woodruff. Now, I think logically it would be Priester next if everyone is healthy. But me and Tim are all in on Miz opening day. All in on the electricity in that building. He would throw 106 miles an hour on opening day if he was the guy out there with 40,000 people screaming, drinking for a couple of hours. He got so amped in all of those moments last year. I would love to see it. And I don't
ask him.
Yeah, we should ask him.
We are going to ask him. Now, we can't get to him tomorrow. That's the unwritten rule. You don't want to, you can't, the media guys can't talk to that day's starter. Some pitchers have gone against that credo. Chase Anderson was one. He's like,
legend.
Dude, I don't care. If I'm pitching today, I'm pitching today. Big deal. We can talk. But yeah, we'll get to Mizrowski and ask him about, you've been on the biggest stage now. I mean, for crying out loud, he was an all-star and ended up in the game. And I wonder what that would be like for Jacob Mizrowski to do that. What I think is going to happen, however, I think they may go with Quinn Priester.
Yeah,
I do.
Interesting. Okay.
Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all.
Casino.
Tommy Works, Tim Allen, joining
Casino
us from
talk.
Arizona.
So
what did he say?
So we played a little video poker just to wet the whistle last night as we come
Okay, good.
First,
Not sure they've stopped.
First hand, Tommy nails a 4 of a kind.
Yep.
Just first right out.
$30 on a $1.25 bet, just like that.
Boom. And a couple of beers in, we head over to a slot, and that was okay. And
it was okay.
Yeah, well, no.
Oh, the first slot.
First
Yeah,
slot.
the first slot
Yeah,
stunk. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And
Yeah.
then Tommy wanted to play this Huff and Puff machine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so we went over there. There's only one available, so I played the one to the right next to him, to the right, and there was some
fish. We just know there was fish on it, and there was someone who left their player's card in my machine. So I had put money in the machine, and someone came and was like, "Hey, did you put a player's card in?" I was like, I had no idea. I didn't even play a hand yet. I was like, "Oh no, I had not.
Oh, no.
I don't know what's going on." And the person was like, "Okay, that's my player's card," and he took it out. As I did that, Tim's machine is screaming. He hit a bonus on the first spin on a machine, and he was like, "I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything. What's going on?"
Stupid.
And I was like, "Well, you just hit a bonus." And he's like, "I want to make $9. I want to make $9 on this bonus.
9 or 10.
That's all I want. That's all I want." Well, through 7 of the 8 spins, Tim's made $16, and he's like, "Hell yeah, this is awesome. This is great." On his last spin, he hits for $130 on it, and he had made one spin. We have no idea what the game is. We have no idea how he got there because I didn't even see him hit the bonus, and that was Tim at the casino. And the first line Sparky told me before I left was, "You're going to realize how lucky this guy is." And Tim Allen was in full effect yesterday.
Tim, let me guess. You fill out your bracket based on the team mascots. Is that how you do it too?
Yeah, feel and name and just I mean, March Madness is just about upon us here, and I know you guys are going to be all over it. I find that I have better things than to study the backcourt of the Oregon Ducks.
Oh yeah, he's a big Colgate guy this year. Big on Colgate upsets.
And I always poke fun of radio guys that, the front court in Michigan, this guy. You didn't watch any of these games. Get out of here. You're only studying it because you're on the radio. But yeah, no, I'll do it that way, Trevor, to answer your question. Yeah, based on just the feel, the seeds, and been known to have a little bit of luck with it. But losing is not an option.
Trevor, it sure seems to me like these guys aren't having any fun down in
Terrible
Arizona.
time.
Yeah.
Awful.
It is.
You guys got to do it.
A high of 90 today.
Okay. Well, that's it for this interview.
Tommy Warts, Tim Allen joining us from Arizona.
Cool. Thanks for nothing.
Coming out, if you guys start working on it now, if you've never done the shows, at a spring training, week or whatever. If you start planning on now for next year, guys, you will not regret it. And I'm talking to our audience here today too. If you can't afford it this year, okay, fine. Shoot for next year or the next 2 years. I promise you will love it. The closeness you can get to these players as fans is amazing. You can go watch these guys in the front row. Just go right in. You don't have to pay anything. 10 in the morning. You just walk into American Family Fields of Phoenix, walk right down to the first row, and you can watch them do pitching fielding practice. You can watch them take ground balls. You can take some really, really close-up pictures. And then when they come off the field, send your kids over for autographs. It is the closest you will be to these players that you can possibly find. We all know what it's like trying to get autographs at American Family Field in Milwaukee. You can get really up close and have conversations with these guys. It is super cool. It's a laid-back atmosphere here. It's dynamite. You know, we're super lucky that we get to do this, but I would say economically, start saving up for it. There's ways you can save money on it. If you want some tips to save money, I've got that for you, some shortcuts to take. And
really have tips on how to make
really
money, too.
Yeah.
And how to make money. Yeah. How to supplement your trip.
And we miss you guys.
Definitely feel that.
Yeah,
I've got the FOMO. You guys suck. I definitely am jealous that you guys are there having the time of your lives and enjoying some warm weather and Brewers baseball.
Yeah, we're going to bring as everything Brewers that we can possibly bring to you here in this week. So 5 o'clock tonight, we'll kick off our spring training live week of broadcasting, thanks to Potawatomi Sportsbook. Yeah, we'll be talking to you guys at 5 tonight.
All right, guys, before we let you go, Josh and I are going to talk real quick after this segment about uniforms in sports when it comes to managers. So Brewers and Major League Baseball and baseball in general, the managers wear uniforms. If you could pick another sport where the manager has to wear the team uniform, what should it be?
Ooh, yeah.
The coach, the manager.
I do not want to see Doc in
no
full
basketball.
basketball
Yes.
gear.
I'm
No.
with you. I'm with you.
So you want Matt LaFleur in pads? Is that what I'm hearing?
There's more than 3 sports, Josh. Okay, give me a second.
No, but I'm with you, Josh. How about this? Without the shoulder pads, but the football pants and the cleats and a jersey for LaFleur, I think that'd be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool.
I'm going to go with soccer or rugby.
God.
That's my guess. That's mine right there.
Cop out.
You just like see.
Boo.
What do you mean? It's the most popular sport in the world. Like I feel like that's totally
your other
fair.
option was the hockey coach. Seeing
yeah,
the hockey
I'm sorry,
coach in the back in full goalie outfit would be
right.
Pretty awesome.
Well, in my world, could you imagine Tom Landry with like a Roger Staubach jersey on?
Oh, single bar right there. Yeah, I like that.
Instead of the
that was what they
fedora
were. That was
and the
what they
suit.
were using when Tim was playing football. It's one of the. They didn't even have face masks.
When I was playing Little League, you wore jeans.
Wrangler was Tim Allen when he was a kid. It was just Favre and Tim Allen playing in their jeans.
Tim Allen, Tommy Warts, every night this week, 5 to 7, spring training live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. We have no idea how they're going to get through the week at this point. It's
It'll
Monday
be something.
morning.
All right, thank you, boys.
You got it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Well, we're never going to get that time of our life back.
I just hate how much fun they're having to get up early to do a hit with us, and it seemed like they never went to bed. They've just been having fun since they got down there.
Certainly think they closed the bars. That's outstanding.
I'm
There's some
jealous.
weird quirks in sports, like managers wearing uniforms. We'll cover those next. We're inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. And if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
When I think managers in uniforms, I feel like Lou Brown is the poster child.
Yeah, it's just amazing. That's such a good movie. Such a good character.
Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Wondering if you could pick a sport or maybe a particular coach or manager who also had to wear the team uniform like they do in baseball, what would be the sport and or who would be the coach? I would love to see Doug Gottlieb. I know we had a long conversation about all the gear that he has access to that I don't from last week. I'd love to see him in a uniform every single game.
See, and so it's interesting because, you know, this was floating around online and on social media of this idea, and someone actually photoshopped Doc Rivers in a Bucs uniform standing on the sideline as if, you know, in coaching, but wearing the full outfit, jersey, shorts, shoes, socks. And I could see that with Gottlieb, but I think it's more entertaining if they got to go the other way to where you're adding more stuff. Like I want to see LaFleur having to try to coach the game, full pads, cleats, same thing, same as what the players are wearing, a football outfit. I'd much rather see that than a basketball coach in a jersey and shorts. Put on more clothes, be more uncomfortable. Do they give him a number? Right? What, like all of that? What does that look like? I think that'd be hilarious.
What about the speed skating coach in the Olympics? They have to wear that really tight aerodynamic bodysuit.
That's a good one. That'd be great. That'd be great. See, the reason why this is funny too is because baseball's just so messed up, right? Like, and it goes beyond the jerseys. Think about a manager being able to come out and get in the face of an umpire and do whatever. Doug got teed up and he didn't even leave his little box. Yet managers, you're kicking the dirt. You know, once you're ejected, you're kicking the dirt. You're doing whatever. It's just part of the game. You can't do any of that. In football, they have certain teams had to have like a get back guy that their whole job was just to grab the head coach and keep him on the sidelines when he got pissed because he'd want to run out onto the field. It's just a completely, there's so many things about baseball that are so weird. And yet the number one thing is absolutely that the managers wear the outfit, the same outfit as the players.
The 414 on the Nicolay Law talk and text line, 414-677-1250 says, hey, do you think that LaFleur would be a visor on the helmet kind of guy?
Ooh.
Not only do I think he'd be a visor on the helmet, I think it's going to be a tinted visor on the helmet so you can't see anything because God knows he can't.
See, I would think that there's no way that LaFleur participates in this if he's got to have the helmet on.
Oh, yeah, the hair.
Because you can't see the hair. If you can't see the hair, you know, then what? Then it's over. He's got to still have the headset, right? He's got to have the headset and no helmet. Otherwise, he's probably out. How about this one from Scotty Tiffany? She said, what about the swim team coach? Well, that's an interesting one. that's an interesting one.
Speedos for everyone.
Right.
Tell me what you wish for with that.
Woo.
Jacob in the van wants suits on the sidelines again in basketball and football. Hockey still has it right. That left the game some time ago, and there was a moment where all of the head coaches were on the same page that we weren't going to make each other have to put on these suits. There's some dudes that'll never let it go, and nobody does it better than Rick Pitino.
See, I think that everyone should have suits. I think that every coach should be in a suit, including baseball. Like, I think it's the easiest way. Just put, you're a coach if you're in a suit. But the fact that that's not the case across all sports then makes me go, all right, well, if we're going to have this discrepancy, then no one be in a suit. Then have everyone just be in the uniform of your team. Have them just wear the uniform.
Was this ultimately why Bill Belichick wore those cutoff hooded sweatshirts? Because they were requiring him that if he wasn't going to wear something fancy, there was a reason behind those cutoff sweatshirts.
Oh, I don't know. I just thought that became his look. Like he just liked it. And it ended up being a trendsetter, by the way. People gave him crap forever. And like 4 or 5 years ago, they started making the cutoff sweatshirts, that you with the team logos on them. Became a trend that Belichick started.
The 608 says, how about figure skating coaches?
Ooh.
All of the sparkles.
Yes. Look just glorious.
Or the 920 says, hey, they just had the state championships in wrestling. Not sure if we want to see the coaches wear those.
Yep. And that's a good question. Where does it stop, right? Like, then does it get into the high school levels? Imagine you're coaching your kid's little league team, and you got to be out there wearing the outfit that the kid's little league team's wearing. The 262 says they don't do that because Nike doesn't make suits. Yeah. Get your Fanatics suit, straight from fanatics.com.
You're such a big fan of their hats. I'm sure the suits would make you proud.
Yeah, they fall apart halfway through the game.
All right, when we come back, it's a busy week here on Inside Wisconsin Sports, but not busier than Josh and the Bowling with the Chumps. That is this Saturday. You'll hear all about that when we get back. We are live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Inside Wisconsin Sports, Trevor and Josh, the week is here. It is the 5th annual question mark bowling with the Chumps this Saturday, March 7th, 9 a.m. at the New Berlin Ale House on Cleveland Avenue. All for Sophia, my friend.
It's very true. So a little background here. People going, all right, I don't understand what this is. So 5 years ago, I came up with the idea to host a charity bowling event. People do a lot of these, but I had lost my mom 2 weeks after our first son, Jordy, was born back in 2016. And then a year later, one of my friends found out that his little girl had a brain tumor. And I just was absolutely stunned. And I went, man, here I am worrying about my mom. It could have been my kid. And I said, we need to do something. And so instead of it going through a charity, although there are plenty of amazing charities that we talk about all the time here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, I said, let's just help one family. And so I'm not a charity. This is just an event of good people that get together and they raise money for one specific family. And at the end of the event, the family gets the money and we say, you're part of the family now and we're cheering you on. And it's crazy that this is the 5th year. I'm so appreciative to everyone over the last 5 years that has had the goodwill and come forward to help for a great cause, and really excited that we're doing it again for year 5. So as Trevor mentioned, Saturday, March 7th, 9 a.m., the New Berlin Ale House, Bowling with the Chumps. It's a play on Bowling with the Champs, if you're old enough to remember. That was a TV show back
Saturday
in the
mornings.
day. And they used to have it televised, and it was just your average Joe bowlers, wasn't PBA bowlers, and they would say, oh, here's Trevor Thomas. He bowls in the mixed doubles leagues on Wednesday night, averages 214. And they would do that kind of stuff, and it was and you'd win prizes. And so we try to keep that alive. It's a fun event, and then the top 4 bowlers do a little step ladder that we stream and that we do play-by-play of as if it was Bowling with the Champs, with all the money that we raised going to this year, Sophia and her family. Sophia, 1.5-year-old. She has leukemia, and she's got a long road ahead of her. 2 years of chemo and treatment. They had to create a chemo backpack to have her wear during treatment because she's 1.5. How do you tell a 1.5-year-old stay still? It's insane what her and her family have to go through. So please come out and join us. Stop at the ATM, stop at the bank first, bring some cash. We've got over 100 gift baskets that are available in a raffle. You do not have to be present to win those. So stop in, put some tickets in. If you win, we'll call you. We'll get your basket to you. And then some even more amazing silent auction items. Mason Crosby here at the station signed a few things. We have like over $1,000 in Milwaukee Tool items.
Yeah, you do. I'm looking at those right now.
Yeah, and let me tell you, those are not going to go for cheap. Otherwise, they'll just come home with me. Wait a
minute. So how do you get in on that? Let's just use that as an example. I'm looking at a rolling pack out, a pack out crate. I mean, an M18 drill and impact driver kit. I have questions because I want to win this.
Yeah. So that's a silent auction item. So the silent auction items are in person. You write down your name. I mean, you can leave. You don't have to be present to win, but also like you're also not there to keep bidding. So there's a good chance that you'll probably get outbid depending on what you put down as a bid. And then those will all be decided and collected at the event as well. But there's that. We also have a trip from Wyndham to any Wyndham resort that you can think of. They'll get you there. You can enjoy that as well. Details at the event on that. There's so many amazing things. And again, all the money going to Sophia. So we're lucky enough. We have 28 teams that are going to fill the New Berlin Ale House for bowlers, but we want you to stop by, grab a drink, bring some cash, help out Sophia and her family, and just prove that there's still goodwill and good people out there that are willing to help people that need it most.
Man, there's some really good stuff. How are you letting this signed Giannis jersey out of your sight?
Well, because if I want it, I have to bid on it. But someone's going to need to want it more than I will.
There's some really great stuff. You posted this to your social media, a picture of pretty much everything that you have going from a silent auction standpoint, and maybe a few raffle items in here as well.
Yeah, a lot of great stuff. So asking the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network family to show up and be a part of an amazing day. March 7th, mark your calendars. This coming Saturday, it starts at 9 a.m. You don't have to be there right at 9, but it goes until about 1, 2 o'clock. But we'll probably be ending the raffles before the end of the event, so plan on around 1 o'clock.
Do I see a 2-night stay at Circa?
Yes.
Have you been there?
You also see that. I've never been to Vegas.
Oh, really?
I know.
We got to change that.
I know. I do need to change that.
Why haven't you been to Vegas? Because it's not like you don't have the ability to travel, my man. You do that pretty well to the Florida area.
Honestly, I think that it's just become trying to figure out the right reason to go. And lining it up
right there.
Lining it up.
You've never been. Because once you go, you don't need a reason anymore.
I know a lot of people that are going in 3 weeks that they go, there's no better place to watch the start of basketball than in Vegas for the March Madness tournament.
They're not wrong. It is absolutely insane. It's a great place just to go and do sports.
Yeah.
We went last year, actually stayed at Circa, and it was right before the NFL season started. It was a blast. That giant TV. You can overdo Vegas, though, buddy. I mean, I'm not sure you can overdo Disney, but you can overdo Vegas.
Yeah, I've heard easily. Pretty easily it can get out of hand.
It just sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm worried. I'm worried that might be happening to the boys in spring training. I feel like it's sneaking up on them day one. If you missed Timmy and Tommy.
Those guys, yeah. I think they're going to be all right. As are we. We hope to see you there on Saturday at Bowling with the Chumps. All right. Our thanks to our guests today, Tommy, Tim, our guy Peyton from UWGB, saving mom and dad and himself a little bit of money this fall, thanks to Malat Meats. We will be back tomorrow live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. See you tomorrow.
Because we're not done yet.